I love fall makeup. There's just something about when this season rolls around, I'm like, yes, give it to me all. I really wish that there were more days in fall, just in general. I wish that there were more days in fall, but I wish that there were more days that I could do fall makeup looks. If you're like me, stick around through this because I am bringing you some fall favorites, specifically in the cheek color category. Now, I know everybody loves the fall eyeshadow palette roundups. I just filmed one of those myself, but I feel like we miss out on a lot of other fall favorites. You know, there are a lot of things that I love to wear this season that don't go on the eyes. So we're going to be sharing some of those today in the form of blushes. And I have some powders, some creams to share with you today. Originally, I wanted this to be a fall lip and eye color video, but I just know that as I get rambling on, this video is going to be longer than I want it to be. So I'm actually going to split that into two videos. And I just realized that two of my tops I've already been wearing this season and they're at the salon. So I'm going to have to pick those up anyway. So that video will be coming very shortly. But if you're here to hear about some cheek color with me, welcome to my channel. And if we haven't met before, my name is Kelly and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist. And here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Like I said, we've got some creams here, we've got some powders. I have a variety of brands. So I think I have 12-ish. I have 12-ish shades here. There is an honorable mention or two in here. So that means we need to dive right in, right? Okay, so I'm going to zoom you in and we're going to get this party started. All right, so let's start out with one of the honorable mentions because it's what I have on my cheeks right now. And it looks like either they have changed the name of the shade or it is a discontinued shade. But I want to share things that you aren't just going to have to go out and buy. I will have everything linked down below in case there's something that tickles your fancy. If it's available, I'll link it for you. But I also want you to be inspired to shop your own selections as well. And I've talked about this one quite a bit on my channel, so it might be something that you already have. Now, you know that I absolutely love a lot of the Flower Beauty products, especially their cheek products. The blush balms being the number one. And this is the shade Spiced. I have not used this one in a while, and I think that it is gorgeous. Now, I've been wearing this one for, what the heck time is it right now? So I've been wearing this one for 5 or 6 hours already, and it was maybe a bit brighter than this, but as you can see, we've still got a lot of color going on. So if you have not tried any of the blush balms, if you see a shade that you think would be up your alley, I definitely recommend getting it. They are absolutely gorgeous. I love how pigmented these are. A little goes a really long way with these, but they do blend out really pretty easily on the skin. So use a little and you should be fine. So this is the shade Spice. I see that they have a shade Cinnamon now. I don't know if maybe they changed the name of it, but I don't think that it's the same color. This to me has a little bit more mauviness to it. So I don't think that they're the same. It's unfortunate. But if you have it in your collection, great. If you don't, there are many other blush balm shades that are absolutely beautiful, but I had to pull that one out. Another one that has been around for a long time. I have this one out. I'm going to pull it into my Shop My Stash for the season because it's one that I've had for quite a while and I probably need to get through it. This one survived my declutter. I pitted it up next to another shade that I had because I thought that they were pretty similar, and this one just performed better. And it's one of the Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out blushes. This is the shade Rosé Latte. Listen, I love these blushes. They were some of the first cream blushes that I used as far as I can remember. I honestly think it was these and the Flower Beauty ones. And I really love this. These are actually, no, they're not. I mean, they're not really similar. I guess, what is similar? What is similar when you have a lot of makeup, right? Like, some people would look at this and be like, yeah, Kelly, that's almost exact, but I really don't think it is. So look how much that blush balm spread out. Quite a bit. So this is this beautiful tawny rose shade. I absolutely love it. It looks gorgeous on the cheeks. It performs well. It seems to last a long time. Usually when I put on my creams, I do dust over with a light bit of translucent setting powder just to make sure that everything sits, especially if I'm going to be at work at the salon. I don't want, not that this is a sticky product by any means, but even just in my hair touching my face, I feel like sometimes it will just rub off makeup and I don't want that to happen. So a little bit of translucent setting powder just helps sort of give it that protective layer, if you will. This is just an absolute beautiful one. So if you have it in your collection, use it. If you don't have it and you don't have anything similar, I really think that these are worth trying out. These are both products that when they set down, they are more of a satin skin finish. You know, like this is not matte, but it's not glowy. It's more of that like skin finish. It just looks like skin. All right, so did you think I was going to get through this video and not talk about Edina Myricks Yummy Skin Flush Balm? Probably not. You probably knew there was going to be one in here. This is the shade Jubilee. We're kind of along some of the same tones here, y'all, but different. So Jubilee is a bit warmer. It's more of like a toasty peach, I guess I would say. It's also a bit more matte, more of not like dry, chalky matte, but you can see that's got a bit more toasty peach to it. It's a bit more intense in color, I feel like, and a lot of that's just from the formula. You can, I mean, I got a lot on my fingers here. You can absolutely use these as lip colors too, but I just love using this on the cheeks because it just blends out so beautifully. And you can use these and make them really strong, but you could also use like a dual fiber brush or tap it into the pan and then tap it into, you know, your hand or something before you put it on the cheek and get a really light color. So I love something that has options like that. I'm going to have to wear this one on the lips this season though. It's very, very pretty. And I like that it's matte without giving that like shrinky dink, whether it's to the cheek or the lips. I don't want anything that's going to make my skin look any drier. So really love this one. I've used this one a lot and a little goes a very long way. So I know it's going to last me a long time. This is a bit more on the rosy side, but I feel like it is a natural rose, and I really do like the finish of this. This is from Sigma. Now, this one was sent over to me by the brand. This is the Core de Rosa shade, so definitely one of their staple shades. I would say it's more of that neutralized rose. It's that blush that if you're centering your makeup around your eye look or your lips or something and you just need something that you know is going to go with everything, this is going to be it. I really feel like it's a little bit, well, especially next to Jubilee, it's going to look more cool tone, but it's not so cool that it's going to clash with a warm look. You know, it has just enough undertone of like a little bit of everything that I like it. And for me, my makeup preferences in the fall are warm toasty shades and warm berries. Jet's just coming in and say hi. Hi, baby. um more of the warm berries, things like that. So if I'm wearing a warm berry eye, this is going to look really pretty, or I want this on the cheek and then a beautiful warm berry lip. I think that that's going to be really nice. So I would dip more into the cooler tones in the like winter time, but I'm still here for more of those like warm roses, warm berries, and that's just one that I find that really works with a lot of those. Okay, this is by far our most pigmented and our most warm shade. I think I'm going to just pop it along the side of these. This is the cream blush from Sydney Grace, and this is Petunia. So if you are a bit deeper in skin, if you want something that has some more pigmentation, look at that. That is fall. That is like stick me in a pumpkin patch. Give me some hot apple cider. I am here for it. Absolutely. I wonder, I think you could also, I did ask the brand, I think you could use these on the lips and that would make a beautiful lip color as well. So I just realized here I have my little Salt New York palette and I did pick out a couple shades to talk to you about in the lip and cheek from Salt New York. So this first shade I want to mention because I'm pretty sure it is limited edition and Kiki brought it out this summer. I think it maybe in the spring. Honestly, I don't know. It's been a little while, but this is Toasted Coconut. Now, this might seem like something that you'd be like, Kelly, this is definitely more summer vibes. Technically, yes, but I just think that this shade, it's this bronzy shade with a bit of shimmer to it. Now, what I think that this would be really good for in the fall, if you don't want to, you know, wear it as a bronzer, is this could be mixed in with any of your favorite cream blushes, and you could get just like a slightly warmer, a slightly more shimmery look, but it is going to be beautiful if you like a more like just bronzy look. You know, if you ever are into that, but I think that this would mix really well. Like, let me just take a little bit of that Petunia shade, actually. So I'm just gonna tap a little bit of that, and we're gonna mix these two together right next to it. And it's going to make this really nice kind of like glowy, ambery shade. Can you see how I added that petunia? So that's that one, that like bam, right? So I just added a little bit to it. And I think because the emolliency level on the Salt New York is a little bit higher, you're able to just like blend it. You could top it over the top of that petunia shade too. That would be really pretty. Let's go ahead and do that on this side. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know, for lack of a better word, kind of like mashing it in. So can you see how that just kind of like neutralizes that? Not neutralizes it as in like makes it neutral. It makes it more of a nude. Neutralizes it a little bit more, if you will. So now I have a like a rusty brown. Really pretty. I love this one, and I wore it a lot this summer, and I was like, I just can't let this one go yet. So how am I gonna how am I gonna use this fall? And that's gonna be how I do it. Okay, so the other shade that I want to talk about is the shade Cocoa from Salt New York. And again, I just talked about these a lot in my over 40 favorites because I think that Kiki does such a good job with undertones, and the formulas of these is so pretty. These are not going to be the longest wearing on the skin. So if you're looking for something that is going to stay put and look flawless for like 8 to 10 hours, it might not be the vibe. If you want something that's going to make your skin look gorgeous and you're really going to get a good amount of wear out of it for 5 to 6 hours, these are great. I actually get close to an all day wear, but I don't have oily skin or skin that like eats color up very much, but I just want to like throw that out there. But the finish of these, I mean, it's just so pretty. This again is Cocoa, and this is just the most beautiful, like, I mean, look at all of these. It's definitely fall vibes for sure. This, I mean, can you see that bit of luminosity just from hydration and glow? It just makes your skin look fresh, dewy. I am here for it. These just make me so happy. Like, these are my creams. I love them. You know I love a good cream moment. Anyway, so I wanted to share those. So now I am going to wipe all these off, sadly, and then we're going to get into some powders. All right, cleaned off and ready for round 2. Now, I'm not going to stick on this one for a long time. This is definitely, it's not really an honorary mention because this is one that I would truly recommend to every single person, but I'm not going to stick on it for too long because you have all heard me talk and talk and talk about this shade. This is the RMS Redimension Hydra Blush in, let's all say it together, Maiden's Blush. This is perfection. I honestly can't think of anyone that this wouldn't look beautiful on. On deeper skin, it is probably going to look more like a blush topper, but even that would be beautiful. On the lightest of skin, I think that a light hand would still make this absolutely gorgeous. It is this beautiful cinnamon mauve. This is the, again, like, this is the, I'm not sure what to wear today, but I need some blush. This is going to be it. This is going to be it. It is luminous without being too shiny. This is the blush that stole my heart for getting all of the shades from RMS. And this is truly probably my favorite formula, along with the other one that I'm actually going to be showing you. They're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. So Maiden's Blush, love her. But if you're like, yeah, Kelly, I have Maiden's Blush, I need a different option for this season that I want to add to my collection, I would recommend Hanky Panky because this is so unique. It's a little bit deceiving, I would honestly say, because you see that, I would say like raspberry flip there. What I see is more, when I put it on, is more of this like, if we can have a warm plum, that's what this is. We're going to go with that. So I'm going to show you here. It is plummy without being that like, I have hypothermia. You know what I mean? And I think it's because the base is actually a warmer shade, but it's the flip that's cooler. So can you see here that base? But then when you see the flip, I'm going to try to get close enough that you can actually see that. Like, it's again like a warmer plum, and then here you see that cool tone. It's gorgeous, and it's just enough of that luminosity that it's going to give a really interesting look to the cheek, but it's not enough that it's going to enhance texture, that it's going to make everything look like weird and fake. It's just enough. It's so pretty. I love this. Definitely going to be using this one a lot this season. Okay, so now let's pull out. I have one more that is a little bit more on the glowy-ish side. And this one, I love Hourglass products, but I hate trying to show them to all of you because it's just not something you can see until it's on the cheek. So this is Diffused Heat. And this combo is, it's when I need that boost in the fall where I'm like, okay, I need something that's not too dark. It's not like summertime bright, but it still has a bit of brightness to it. The only problem with these is because of the ambient lighting powder in here. Like that's not cute. Nobody wants that on their cheeks. That looks like Pepto-Bismol. And I swear to you, that is not like you are not going to get that on the cheek. That would be gross. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to top over what I already have on and hopefully we can kind of see this. So let me try to grab a clean brush. Okay. So I also think that my Diffused Heat has quite a bit of the ambient powder in it, but I will just pop a little bit of this on. Now, the thing that I love about the ambient blushes is they are so finely milled that they just have this beautiful blurring quality on the skin. And this is the one that I would pull out in fall. I mean, I think you can even see here like how diffusing that was. Let's do it on this side. And again, you know, I've been sitting here under the lights since 11 a.m. And so I probably have a bit more shine than necessary. So you can see, you get a little bit of that glow, but it is so natural looking. It's absolutely beautiful. I have to say, I had a bit of a miss when I didn't talk about the Hourglass powders in my over 40 favorites. And thank you, I think it was Catherine who mentioned the edit palettes and the Hourglass bronzers and blushes, and I absolutely agree. They are stellar. The strobe formula of the highlighters is a little off for me because some of them do have like little flecks of sparkle, and that's not it for me. But all of the other products are just absolutely beautiful. So really love this one. Absolutely. So I did want to feature this. All right, so let's get into a bit more of our soft, like matte-ish colors here. So I'm going to pull out one of my Wayne Goss palettes, and I think that this is perfect. Again, for those soft skin days where you want something that's a little bit of color, it's not try too hard. This is the Desert Blossom palette, and I'm not sure, Beautylish might still have some of these. I know Wayne is kind of like transitioning all of his makeup. This is just, again, it is just that soft. Now you have to be obviously light to medium skin to be able to use this one, but I find that this gives just enough color, you know, as my summer tan is fading. This just gives that soft yet warm look to the skin. And these blushes are so finely milled. Can you see there? It's just a bit warmer than the Diffused Heat. Like Diffused Heat has a a brighter red pink to it, whereas this one is definitely more of that like soft peachy tone. I also love the highlight shade in here. I am going to swatch it because technically you could mix these two together. I'll do half the swatch with the highlight blended into it. Can you see that there? How it's just got that bit of glow. It's absolutely so pretty. It's just gorgeous. I'll just swatch the highlight on its own right next to it here. It's a ambery champagne rose gold. I can never just say one word to describe anything. It's got to be like four. But here we are, folks. You knew what you were in for. If you've been to my channel before, if you haven't, welcome. I hope you're here for it now. Please consider subscribing. All right, we have two more to talk about. So this is a brand that I don't really hear that many people talking about anymore, but they still have some beautiful products, and I'm talking about MAC. Now, I have the little single pan, but this is the Blush in Gingerly, and I know that this shade has changed over time, so I believe, have the newer formula. The old one was a little bit different, but this is just it's such a pretty shade. It is just the most beautiful, warm, toasty, kind of peachy shade. I am going to get a lot of use out of this one. It's really pretty. It's so pretty. I mean, blushes are hard because it's like, I don't want to build up so much that it starts to look chalky on the skin, but swatches of blush, it's not how you apply it on the cheeks, you know, but that's, look at that. It's just like that beautiful shade. Mm, 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 mm. Sort of like cousins to Maiden's Blush, but in a toasty peach. And obviously this one has more luminous finish as well. All right, this last shade, I have not pulled this one out in a while, but when I got this through Influencer actually. Jets flying over. Okay, but when I got this, I was so excited. This is one of the Skin Fetish blush duos from Pat McGrath, and this is the shade Paradise Glow. I'm struggling to get this package open. Go figure, right? I love mixing this a lot. I also love using this shade on its own. The darker side is a little much for me, but if you have a deeper skin tone, you might really enjoy that. I just don't tend to go, I mean, I guess I could. So here's the darker. It's just I feel like I can get carried away with this a little bit. I'll be honest. Here's the lighter shade, and then I'm gonna swirl to get both. And that I think is where the true beauty lies. These are not great swatches, y'all. These are not great swatches. So I thought maybe it said which two colors were in here, but it doesn't. So this is my favorite way to wear it, where it's swirled together. This, I could see maybe doing this and then adding the deeper shade just a bit further back on the cheek. But like to pop this on all over, there's something in the brush out of it that I'm just like all of a sudden like, whoa. You might be like right now, Kelly, you have a little bit of whoa on your cheeks right now, but I just put two blushes on. Leave me alone. All right. So that is it. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Like this is a shorter video for me. So many of my videos recently have been like 30 minutes and longer. So I wanted to have something that was a little bit more short and succinct. So let me know. Are you team blush like me? What are you going to be wearing this season? I have found, especially in powders, I'm just like, oh, I really haven't gotten anything in a while. So a lot of these have been in my collection for a while, but I'm so happy with what I have. So let me know some of what you've been loving. I just love sitting down and kind of like narrowing down my choices for a season so that I'm not like stuck here opening my drawer and kind of being like, I don't know which one to choose. So hopefully this is helpful to you. Again, I appreciate you. And if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a like on your way out. It really, truly does help me out. That's why we say this. It's not just something that YouTubers say because they feel like they need to. It really does help. And it helps YouTube know that they should like share our videos with other people. And I would really appreciate that. So thank you so much, lovelies. Enjoy your blush and enjoy your fall makeup this season. And I will see you really soon.